Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
State, do you have a way to communicate with the victims?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a way to communicate with them?
I do not, Your Honor. I did meet with the majority of them, I believe. So they are aware that when they see the defendant, they're to step into the glass box.
Hello?
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name is John. I am the interpreter.
All right. What language do you interpret?
Portuguese and English.
All right, so you swear to translate that truthfully today?
I do.
Okay. All right, we have a gentleman here. We can ask him his name.
Yes. Qual é o seu nome? Por favor, fala alto e devagar.
Juliano Nobile Garcia.
You got that, Your Honor?
Yes. Is there anybody in the audience on this case? Come forward if you want to say something.
Tem alguém na audiência nesse caso que gostaria de dizer alguma coisa?
Desculpa, não entendi.
Existe alguém na audiência que gostaria de falar alguma coisa no caso?
All right, so there's nobody here. You have a charge of battery, domestic violence.
Você está sendo acusado de ter cometido uma agressão, agressão doméstica.
Sim.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim, a separate residence.
Você vai ser ordenado de não ter contato com a vítima e morar em lugares diferentes.
I'll release you through pre-trial release.
Ok.
Eu vou te dar liberdade antes do julgamento.
Anything else from the state? No? Public defenders appointed?
Your Honor, you gave a one-time return with law enforcement?
Yes, one-time return with law enforcement, pick up personal items.
Thank you.
Is that it for this interpreter? All right, thank you, interpreter.
You're welcome. Thanks for using our services. Have a great day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Spanish?
Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Sotomayor, certified federal interpreter, already sworn today. 1 second while I connect to the headset.
Okay.
Your Honor, there is a victim present, and he also needs the services of the interpreter.
Okay.
The interpreter is connected.
All right, we're also going to have a victim that's going to need your
I think
assistance.
he can't get in, Your Honor. I don't think he can get in. It has to be open.
There's a button.
Button?
Yeah.
Let's do this one. Okay.
You know where the switch is?
Okay, here it is.
Right there.
Buenos días.
All right, so ma'am, what is your name?
My name is Robert Ferrer. Spanish.
Señora, su nombre
Robert Ferrer.
es a ella.
Jessica Guevara.
Jessica Guevara.
Right, you have a charge of battery, 2 counts of battery, or one
bien.
count of child abuse and 1 count of battery domestic.
Usted tiene dos cargos, un cargo de agresión y un cargo de agresión doméstica y agresión sobre un menor.
All right, and state you have a victim or witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Y tenemos una víctima o testigo.
Good morning, sir.
Buenos días, señor.
Buenos días.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name, spell your last name for the record?
Por favor, su nombre, deletreando el apellido.
F-E-R-R-E-R.
El nombre completo, por favor.
R-O-B-E.
Dígame el nombre.
Robert Ferrer.
Robert Ferrer. F-E-R-R-E-R.
Thank you. How do you know the defendant?
¿Cómo conoce usted a la acusada?
Es mi esposa.
She's my wife.
Do you live together?
¿Ustedes viven juntos?
Sí.
Yes.
While this case is pending, do you want to continue living together?
Mientras el caso esté pendiente, ¿usted quiere seguir viviendo junto con ella?
Sí.
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
¿Algo como esto ha sucedido antes?
No.
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
¿En este incidente hubo envuelto alguna droga o alcohol?
No.
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Pues no tengo más preguntas, su señoría.
So what are you recommending, state, on this?
¿Qué está recomendando la fiscalía entonces en este caso?
Your Honor, I would still ask for separate residence.
Yo voy a insistir en residencia separada.
I have no objection to contact through the phone.
No tengo objeción en que tengan contacto por teléfono.
DCF was contacted, so I would also ask that they comply with any DCF plan.
Y se comunicaron con DCF y voy a solicitar que cumplan con cualquier instrucción o requisito de DCF.
All right, so we're going to order you to have a separate residence.
Pues voy a ordenar que mantengan residencias por separado.
So you want basically no contact at this point?
Entonces, básicamente estamos solicitando no contacto.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Sí, su señoría.
So there'll be no contact with the victim at this point. Separate
No puede tener contacto con la víctima, residencias por separado.
You may return to the residence one time with law enforcement to pick up personal items.
Puede regresar a la residencia en una sola ocasión acompañado por las autoridades para recoger sus pertenencias.
She does not qualify for pretrial?
No, Your Honor.
¿No cualifica para libertad anterior a juicio?
Due to the child abuse charge, she doesn't qualify.
No, debido al cargo de abuso de menores, no cualifica.
All right, so the bond on child abuse will be $1,000 and $100 on the battery.
Muy bien, pues el cargo de abuso de menores tiene una fianza de $1,000 y $100 en el de la agresión.
Your Honor, I just want for the record to note that there are actually 2 victims. It's a child and also the husband.
Right.
Y quería indicar para el récord que en realidad aquí hay 2 víctimas, que está el menor y el esposo.
Okay.
Muy bien. The interpreter needs the case number and your name. I don't have it.
Case number.
Case number 2022 CF 2666 AO.
2666. Okay. And what is your honor's name?
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker. Okay, thank you very much, sir. You need anything else for the interpreter?
Have another interpreter? Spanish? Okay. Okay, thank you, interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Which one is this?
This one is-
You don't have an interpreter? Is that? What's that? You gonna reset? So this is sign language? No.
No,
Okay. This is the reset. Okay, so what is your name?
Daddy T. Garcia.
All right. Appointed the public defender. And let's see. We have charges of destruction of evidence, possession of cocaine, resisting without violence. Those bonds will be stayed at 1,000, 150, and 100. Then you're out on bond. So we're going to revoke the bond. In the 2021 CF 1208380, let's go to no bond, those charges at this time. Public defenders appointed.
She also has a driving case here.
And the suspended license will stay at 1,000.
on these, but you can't get out. Have an item, but you gotta call the attorney. You revoke it. On the item, yeah.
All right, what is your name?
Danielle Mosby.
All right, you're here on aggravated assault with a motor vehicle. Public defender is appointed. No victims are here.
The victim is in custody, Your Honor.
All right. Anything from the state on this case?
No, Your Honor.
Nope. All right, so there's 4 failures to appear. All right, I'm going to set bond at $7,500, no contact with the victim.
Separate residence, no weapons, no firearms.
Okay, separate residents, do they reside together?
I think they
Separate
were,
residents, no weapons or firearms.
okay.
That covers it either way.
That's it.
But no contact should cover it all as well, but
Seldom. Seldom.
I know. All these words we take for granted, contact, and can mean a lot of different things. Come on up. What is your name? All right, you have a warrant here signed by a judge for aggravated assault with a firearm, domestic. Anything from the state on this?
No, Your Honor.
I don't have a factual basis, so I don't know too much. Order no contact with the victims, separate residence, no firearms, no weapons. Set bond at $5,000. All right, what is your name? Somebody's here? All right.
Don't slam the door. Don't slam it.
All right, what is your name?
Leon O. Thompson.
All right, we've appointed the public defender for you. You have charges of aggravated assault, 2 counts with a weapon. State you have 2 victims or witnesses here.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Starting with the young lady, can you give me your name, please?
Anita Daniels.
And sir, your name?
John Daniels.
And Ms. Daniels, how do you know the defendant?
He's my mother-in-law ex-husband.
Okay. Do you live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, do you want to continue living together?
No,
Are you afraid of him?
I am.
Sir, do you mind if I ask you some questions now?
Yes.
And sir, how do you know the defendant?
He was married to my mother.
I assume you all live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, do you want to continue living together?
No.
Are you afraid of him?
I'm not afraid of him, but I don't want to live with him.
Understood. Your Honor, I have no further questions.
All right, on both counts, we're going to order no contact with the victims, separate residence. You may return one time to their residence with a law enforcement officer to pick up any personal items. That's only with an officer. And when you're there, you don't have any contact with them. Just pick up your items. And I will set $1,000 bond on each case. Anything else from anybody?
No weapons, no firearms?
Yes, no weapons or firearms. All right, thank you all. Oh, okay. Okay, what is your name?
Bronson Aaron.
All right, you have a charge of battery, domestic violence. A public defender is appointed. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, it says there's 6 failures to appear. I'm going to set your bond at $3,000, no contact with the victim, separate residence, no weapons. May return one time with law enforcement to pick up personal items. Barkley should be next. All right, what is your name? Your name?
Daxton Barkley.
All right, you're here on a domestic battery charge. The public defender's office is appointed. State, I think you have a witness or a victim.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, sir. What is your name?
Daxton Barkley,
And how do you know the defendant?
my son.
Do you live together?
No,
While this case is pending, would you like to have contact with him?
yes,
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
I don't believe so.
Has something like this happened before?
No,
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, he qualifies for pretrial release, so I'll release him through pretrial release. And we'll order no hostile contact. And he's not going to live with you?
he's presently living at Plaza on University, but he'll be moving out at the end of the month, so I think his plans are to live with his cousin. But he's welcome to come home if he
Okay.
needs to.
So I'm just going to order no hostile contact with you,
Okay,
so you can decide where he lives, pretty much. So no violent or hostile contact. That means no cussing at him, no getting violent, nothing. Of course, you don't touch him against his will. No weapons or firearms. All right, what's your name?
Tasha Fluker.
All right, so battery domestic. Somebody here on this? Nobody here? All right, public defender is appointed. Order no contact with the victim, no weapons or firearms, separate residence. May return one time to pick up items with law enforcement. Bond of $1,000. No weapons, firearms.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, what is your name?
Jonathan.
Got to speak up.
Jonathan. Griffin Hurd.
All right, you're here on a battery domestic violence charge. Let's see, state you have a victim or a witness.
One moment, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning,
Can you state your name for the record?
Angel Ortiz.
And how do you know the defendant?
He's my boyfriend.
Do you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to continue living together while this case is pending?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of him?
Yes, ma'am.
Has something like this happened before?
Yes, ma'am.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No, ma'am.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to order no contact with the victim, separate residence. If you have anything at her location, you can return one time with law enforcement to pick up your personal items, not to possess any weapons or firearms. And then you're out on bond on 2021 CF 2300 AO. That bond's going to be revoked and go to no bond. Public defender is appointed.
It appeared that, looks like he has a private.
Yeah, Bryce Aiken's on the one I revoked the bond.
Okay,
So we'll appoint the PD on the new case at this time. Anything else, State?
No, Your Honor.
So bond on the new charge. $1,000 on the new one.
He revoked your out on bond.
All right, what is your name?
Get good, yeah.
All right, you're here on a charge of battery, domestic violence, and State, I believe you have a victim or a witness here.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Latricia Yarbrough.
And how do you know the defendant?
He was my boyfriend.
Do you live together?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Has something like this happened before?
Once long ago.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
I don't mind to for the children. We're okay as long as we don't try to pursue a relationship. So when we're separate, we're okay for the kids. Like, we can remain cordial.
You have kids in common?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, so what do you want on this case? He qualifies for pretrial release.
I have no objection to pretrial release, Your Honor.
All right, so
Oh, wait,
pretrial.
wait. Sorry. No, I still have no objection to pretrial release, Your Honor, but I would ask for no contact based on the history that I'm seeing on the face sheet.
Yes, I was going to order no contact, so we'll order no contact with the victim, separate residence. If you have anything at her place, you can return one time only with law enforcement to pick up any items. No guns, weapons. Yep. Pretrial release. All right, what's your name?
Anson Harrison. Good morning.
Hello. All right, you're here on a battery domestic violence charge. Public defender is appointed. I'm going to order no contact with the victim, separate residence. You may return one time with law enforcement to pick up any personal items. No weapons or firearms. It says there's 4 prior failures to appear. Set your bond at $2,500.
No. I don't know. They screened you. You don't qualify. It says no. Your community ties. 300 with 12 months.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me. Is there, I can't afford this right
All right, what is your name?
Janisa? Janisa Lagumbra?
All right, you're here on a battery domestic violence charge.
Yeah.
Order no contact with the victim, separate residence. You may return one time to pick up personal items with law enforcement, not to possess any weapons or firearms. Qualifies for pretrial release date.
No objection.
All right, pretrial release. PD's appointed. All right, what's your name?
Milton Perez.
All right, you're here on assault. On the defendant we had a few minutes ago. So we're going to order no contact. Separate residence, you may return one time to pick up any personal items with law enforcement. No weapons or guns. And you qualify for pretrial release. Any objection, State?
No objection.
All right, pretrial release.
Thank you.
Your name?
Carrington Phillip.
Okay, you're also here on a battery domestic violence. Order no contact with the victim, separate residence. No return except one time with law enforcement to pick up personal items. No weapons or firearms. You qualifies for pretrial release, state.
No, no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, pretrial release.
Step to the podium over there, speak in the mic when that judge.
All right, what's your name?
Ryan Wyndham.
All right, you're here on a battery domestic violence charge. State you have a victim or a witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Tanya Wyndham.
And how do you know the defendant?
He's my husband.
Do you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
While this case is pending, would you like to continue living together?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Has something like this happened before?
No. I had called the non-emergency line because he is having some paranoia mental issues. It was not my intent for the domestic violence part. It was to just get him some help for his safety for the night. And I had told them I just wanted to see if I could get him Baker acted till we could get him to the doctor's appointment that we have scheduled for May. And it turned into one thing was said and it just went to another level with the police that were there. So.
Is he on any prescription?
Yes, ma'am. We have been to our family doctor and he just started new meds on the 14th. And he was at his parents' house just getting through the process with the medicine and all, and it came back. So I was just worried about his safety until we could get him the help he needs.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
From what I'm reading in here, I'm inclined to order no contact in separate residence.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Does he have somewhere else to stay?
Yes, he could stay with his parents.
All right, so I'm going to order him not to return to your residence except one time with law enforcement to pick up personal items. I'm going to order no contact with you at this point. That can change later. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms. I'm going to order him to continue taking all medications that are prescribed. And he qualifies for pretrial release. Should we try mental health pretrial release first?
Your Honor, I would,
Could I speak or no?
no, hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
I would ask, not for mental health pretrial release, only, because it's gonna take time. He's gonna sit in here and he has to be screened for it. Given that he doesn't have any history and he's already being, they have an appointment and he has medication, I would ask for just straight pretrial release. In addition, Your Honor, they both own a business together. It looks like she's the vice president and he is the registered owner, so they have to work together. I would just ask, even if you do the maintain separate residence, that you do allow them to have contact with each other. They can live separately.
My parents live 5 hours away.
Okay, just give me a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand. Initially, I would ask for contact, but given the situation and Your Honor not wanting them to live together and have contact, I would just ask that he still be allowed to communicate with her. They just live separately.
Can I speak with you?
State.
I have no objection to that, Your Honor.
I'm going to order no alcohol.
As long as I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm fine. I should not have drank alcohol. I drank alcohol.
So do you two work in the same building, same office, or what?
Yes, sir.
All right, what I'll do is I'll allow him to have contact at work with you only when there's a third-party adult present. So you need to have somebody with you if he's coming to see you.
Okay.
All right, and then pretrial release date, you're okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have the release, pretrial release. Uh, Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, so they're still separate residents. We understand they're still separate residents. He's only to have contact with her at work for work purposes and only physically be in her presence when there's an adult third party there.
Yes, Your Honor. And you did give a one-time return with law enforcement?
Yes, one-time return. What did you have? So he's allowed to have
I don't understand this.
face-to-face contact at work only, as long as a third party is present.
I don't understand this. I didn't physically harm my wife. I didn't physically do anything to my wife. There's people who beat their wives that this doesn't happen to. That's my house. You're telling me I can't live in my own house?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm telling you right now. Yes. Yes, there's going to be a no contact, no return to the residence.
No, I was talking.
We're almost done. I didn't know how long you wanted to stay for.
Then you have
Okay, so what is your name?
Go ahead.
Aquarius Cruz.
What is it?
Aquarius Cruz.
All right. There's an out-of-county warrant, Osceola County. There's 2 of those with no bond. He's out on bond on a battery in our state. Do you know if he was out on our bond when the other offenses happened?
Oh, no, Your Honor. Because it's an out-of-county warrant, I don't have access to that.
It's Osceola County. You want to have it?
If you can give me a moment, I can try to find out.
Well, do you want me to revoke his bonds or not? He's getting no bonds on this.
Your Honor, his out-on bond is from Osceola County.
It says violation of pretrial conditions of domestic violence.
Oh, okay.
In Osceola. I don't know.
He's out on bond at Osceola County, okay.
Can't see it because it's a different county and he can't change it. I don't know. You'll get Osceola.
So those are staying no bond.
Oh, it is telling me, hold on.
Did I do something wrong? Right?
Anything else on that state?
No, Your Honor.
Take no action on those.
So Osceola is staying no bond. What are you doing with regard to the Orange County? Oh, that one is Osceola as well? Ah, okay.
Let them take care of that, I guess.
So no action?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
When would this be?
I can't understand you.
I said, when would they come to get me or something?
Don't call them, so they'll get up here as soon as they can. Your name?
Lisa Dyke.
All right, you have an out-of-county warrant, Seminole County. There's currently no bond. More than one or just one? Just one, okay. So the public defender will be temporarily appointed here. I know what I wanted to do on,
That's it, nothing happens.
I said my attorney is supposed to be here.
Oh, you have a private attorney?
She said she would be here virtually.
Ah. I don't have any. She stated her private attorney is supposed to appear virtually, Your Honor.
is there a way to, what's that? What's that, join the WebEx, is that? I don't know how I sign on here. Is it the WebEx? No. No.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now.
All right, is anybody there? Doesn't appear your lawyer's here. What is your name?
My name?
Hmm?
Lisa Dyke.
What's that? Is somebody there? Can you hear me? Did I give you her stuff on? Dyke. Okay. If you want, I can temporarily appoint the public defender. I can tell you in this case, there's.
You are the only participant.
All I'm going to tell you on this case is that you have a warrant out of county and there's no bond. That's all I can tell you. So, did you want? Nothing? You're good? Okay. Your name?
Okay, Ty.
Out-of-county warrant, Lake County, bond set at $5,000. The public defender here will be temporarily appointed.
Can't change it.
All right, what is your name?
Jose Antonio Torres Fernandez, sir.
Okay, you have out-of-county warrants. One of them's 15,000, the other one's no bond out of Osceola County.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, state?
Nothing from the state.
No, he's asking the state attorney.
Anything? He's out on bond here, but I don't know what the time elements are for any of this.
At this time, Your Honor, I would ask for no action.
Okay, so we'll take no action on that. Your name?
Eric Budrum.
All right, you have a violation of probation warrant with no bond. Public defender will be appointed. All right, what is your name?
William Dominguez.
All right, Mr. Dominguez, you're here on a warrant for violation of probation. There's no bond. We'll appoint the public defender's office.
Yes, sir. I applied to him. I applied to the public defender before I even got arrested. Because I was planning to turn myself in. Because, I have kids that I provide for. I have 3 kids. I have a house. I have a job, and I can prove all that.
That's good. There's nothing I can do about it. The judge signed the warrant and put no bond. You'll have to see that judge.
Is there any way I can get double bond? I've never had an FTA. I've always come to court.
I can't change that judge's bond.
Okay.
Okay?
When do I have court?
I don't know. Your attorney will go over all that with you when they find out. Mhm. All right, what's your name?
Gideus Wilkins.
All right, public defender's appointed. No bond warrant, violation of community control. PD's appointed.
You can't, it doesn't matter. You gotta give it to the judge over the violation. You said no bond, Your Honor?
Right.
You're gonna have to take that to the court. It doesn't look like it. Mhm.
Stephen Rivera. Appoint the public defender. You have a violation of probation warrant with no bond here, Orange County. Public defender's appointed.
You'll see someone in a couple days.
What? We have an interpreter on? An interpreter for this case? Well, which one's the sign language? Okay. All right, what is your name? All right, you have the public defender appointed now. There's a violation of probation with no bond.
That's it. You'll see someone in a couple days.
Are we getting an interpreter? Oh, there's somebody. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me just make sure that the defendant can hear me.
Sí, se oigo.
The defendant is able to hear the interpreter.
Okay. So what is your name?
My name is Claudia Yalba.
Josué Rafael Ríos Rivera.
José Rafael Ríos Rivera.
On that one or this one? Having a hard time hearing you. Can you speak up? Interpreter?
Can you hear me in the courtroom?
Yes, now we can.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have a charge of trespass on property after warning, getting public defenders appointed. And I'll stay the bond at $500, no return.
Your Honor, is the interpreter needed for the meeting?
Your Honor, did you give the case number?
The last one?
2022 MM1557 AO.
All right, what is your name?
¿Y cuál es su nombre, señor?
John Otero.
John Otero.
I couldn't hear you. What is his name?
John Otero.
Nijas?
Sí, su señoría.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you had a arrest warrant for charge of stalking. We'll appoint the public defender's office. State, do you have any input on this one?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to order no contact with the victim. Not to possess any weapons or firearms. I will set your bond at $3,500. Defender's appointed. All right, that should be it.
Your Honor, may the interpreter please have the case number?
(2022) MM148W.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I apologize. I'm a freelance interpreter here. Your Honor, what is your name, please?
Shoemaker.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Is that all for the interpreter?
That's it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Move up. Your Honor, Jamie Fier, mental health.
All right, public defender is appointed. PD's already appointed on the disorderly conduct.
Yes, Your Honor, I will waive the appearance. PT, we do have competency concerns, so I'd ask that on the disorderly, the out on bond, that you take no action. We're in the process of having him evaluate it.
All right, well, based on his history, I am going to revoke that bond and go to no bond at this time. And stay his bond at $500 on a new case.
No return, Your Honor.
No return. Again, I've made probable cause findings unless stated otherwise, and the PD will be appointed unless stated otherwise. All right, what is your name?
First name Damani, last name Matthews.
Okay, public defender is appointed. You're not to return to the scene, no contact with the victim, no weapons or firearms. And aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, the bond's set at $20,000 and $10,000 on the robbery.
Your Honor, Mr. Perryman, Matthew, mental health.
All right, public defender's appointed.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, we'll stay the bonds at $5,000 and $500. No return to the scene, no contact with victims or witnesses. What is your name?
Jacques Harris.
This is a battery charge.
You have regional conflict.
Set that for pretrial. Looks like that's conflict counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so that'll be set for pretrial.
Pretrial will be Division 62. April 25th at 8:30 in courtroom 12C.
That's all? Matthew Jones, public defender's been appointed. This is an arraignment for resisting without violence.
We're gonna enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, set for pretrial.
Pretrial will be Division 61, April 8th at 1:30 in courtroom 6B.
Kenneth McKee,
Your Honor, he was restricted.
he's what?
He's medical.
Medical.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Set for pretrial.
Yes.
Division 82, May 17th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 9B.
Tony Mitchell,
Yes, Your Honor.
public defender case, resisting without violence.
Yes, Your Honor, can I have a second? Your Honor, the offer from the state is a withhold credit time served. There is a cost of investigation in the amount of $311.58 to the Orlando Police Department. And Mr. Mitchell would like to enter a plea of no contest.
Do you have any prior convictions?
No.
Do you know?
I'll confirm that, Your Honor, but generally that is what gone as a withhold, but I can confirm that.
Have you reviewed the plea form, sir?
Sorry, I was answering.
It's all right.
Can you repeat the question, Your Honor?
All right, did you understand everything on the plea form you've signed? Those are all your rights you're giving up? Like your rights to plead not guilty, have a trial, be presumed innocent?
Okay, I'm not going to trial. Resolve it today.
I can't hear you.
Not going to trial. I'm gonna resolve it today.
Right. By
Yes.
signing that, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Have you had enough time to discuss everything with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Or is anybody forcing you to plead?
No, sir.
No? Right, and what is your plea to the charge of resisting without violence?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept that plea. Withhold adjudication, 27 days with credit for 27 days, time served. Court costs, $311.58 to OPD. Fees and costs are due within 180 days. If not, report to the clerk's collection program. Should be released as to this case.
You're welcome.
Stanley Walker.
Ms. Davis? With regard to Tony Mitchell, can you confirm that he's still being held on the domestic violence offense as well?
He is.
Your Honor, this,
Okay.
the state only filed on the resisting without, so with regard to the domestic violence, he should be ROR'd on that offense.
Okay, we'll ROR him on that.
Thank you.
He evidently got arrested on 2 charges, they only filed the 1.
Yeah, the court team will take care of it.
Okay.
Okay, we're taking care of it.
Walker was handed out, Your Honor.
Mental health for Walker, PD's already appointed.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, pretrial conference.
Division 83, March 28th at 8:30 in courtroom 6C.
All right, come on up. What is your name? All right, you have a new charge of trespass on property after warning. Bond was set at $500, and then you're out on bond.
Your Honor, the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to the Royal Inn located at 7101 South Orange Blossom Trail. I have to see if he's gonna take it.
Based on her history, I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to revoke her bond on the 2021 CF 13835AO. That'll go to no bond. Let's stay her bond at 500 on the other one. Not to return to the location.
You have to wait.
What is your name?
Rachel Dawes.
All right, you have a charge of petty theft. The public defender is appointed. She does not qualify for pretrial?
One moment here.
Let's see any history.
She could qualify, Your Honor.
I'm going to order you not to return to the Walmart on Turkey Lake Road. So pretrial, we don't know, or?
Yeah, she can qualify.
Oh, she does, okay. All right, and pretrial release, public defender appointed. All right, what's your name?
Nala Edwards.
Okay, you're here on trespass. Trespassing charge. Public defender is appointed.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served from the state, Your Honor. And no return to 5351 Diplomat Circle. Is that correct, state?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, what was the agreement again?
A withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to 5351 Diplomat Circle.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
All right, have you had enough time to discuss everything with your attorney?
No.
Need more time?
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm nervous, but I've discussed everything with my attorney.
You're what?
I have discussed everything with my attorney.
You have or have not?
Have.
You have, okay. Did you read and understand everything on your plea form, all the rights you're giving up?
Yes, yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
You charge of trespassing, what is your plea?
No contact.
All right, I'll accept the plea as a factual basis in the arrest affidavit. And we'll withhold adjudication 2 days with credit for 2 days. You have court costs paid within 180 days. Or report to the clerk's program. Okay.
Thank you.
Your name?
Junior Lewis.
All right, public defenders appointed. The criminal mischief charge. And you're out on pretrial release on the 8559 case. Stay the bond at $500. No return to the scene. It's the Orlando Public Library. And I'm going to take no action on your case you're out on bond. What I'm going to do is revoke that pretrial release and set a bond at $500.
Go ahead. Over there. Speak in the mic.
Your name?
Roy Lee Levitt.
Okay, you're here on a petty theft charge. Public defender is appointed. Bond is $250, no return to the scene. It's Publix on East Central Boulevard.
I didn't get to speak.
Mark Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're here on a trespass and occupied structure or conveyance.
And, Your Honor, the offer from the state on the trespass is an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served in order to resolve the case today. And Mr. Rodriguez would like to accept that offer.
He's got 11 felonies, 15 misdemeanors, 4 failures to appear.
His latest conviction, Your Honor, was for a driving while license suspended or revoked. I don't see a bunch of trespasses in his history. And we wanted to resolve this case so he can go and deal with his Osceola cases, Your Honor. He's held at no bond on all of those counts.
All right, well, I'm not going to follow the offer. Got over 25 convictions. What's that? Yep. Stated, 250?
No return, Your Honor? No return?
Yeah, no return. Your name?
Derek Shabazz.
All right, you're on a petty theft charge. Be ordered not to return to the Publix on East Central Boulevard. Bond is $250. Defenders appointed. Turner?
Yeah, that's it?
Yes. Go ahead, Mr.
Your name?
Corey.
Turner? You gotta speak up.
That's my last name.
What is your name?
Corey, first name Corey.
What is your last name?
Turner.
Trespass on property after warning. Public defenders appointed. You're not to return to the Quality Inn on West Colonial Drive. Bond is $500. Your name?
Marco Jamal Wilson.
What is it?
Marco Jamal Wilson.
What?
Marco Jamal Wilson.
He said DeMarcus Jamal Wilson, Your Honor.
Okay. Trespass after warning.
And, Your Honor, the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 1968. I think it's Lake Area?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Wilson would like to accept the state's offer.
It says he has 22 misdemeanors, 11 failures to appear, 5 felonies. I'm going to revoke his bond in the 22 CF 1108 AO. That'll go to no bond. This bond will be stayed at $500. Is not to return. All right, what is your name? Cruz, you have a failure to appear. Bond was set at $500. We'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. What is your name? What is it?
Bond Court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond Court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Your Honor, we have Villegas as recusal. I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. Failure to appear, capious. Bond was set at $750. He's appointed. What is your name?
Or Dagnall.
All right, you have solicitation without a permit, bonds $250.
The offer from the state, Your Honor, is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. And Mr. Dagnall would like to accept the state's offer.
All right, do you understand your charge?
Sir.
You got to speak up.
Yes, sir.
You've got to speak up louder than that.
Yes.
All right. Have you had enough time to discuss your case with your attorney?
Yes.
Do you understand everything on the plea form you've signed?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
What is your plea to the charge?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept the plea, withhold adjudication. 2 days with credit for 2 days, court costs due within 180 days, or report to the clerk's collection program.
No. Just take your yellow. Go ahead.
All right, what is your name?
My name's Sebastian Lewis Martin Fernandez.
All right, you have a disorderly conduct charge. We'll appoint the public defender's office.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, adjudication of guilt, sorry. 5 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for time served, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, have you had enough time now to discuss everything with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Anybody forcing you to plead?
No, sir.
And do you understand everything on the plea form you've signed?
Yes, sir.
All right, then what is your plea to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest. I plead no contest to the plea, sir. To the charge.
All right, I'll accept your plea. Follow your agreement, adjudicate you guilty, 5 days with credit for 2 in the county jail. Court costs due within 180 days, or report to the clerk's collection program.
Your Honor, he has his VA money that he had applied for, the backup that's supposed to come through. Could you at least give him a year? Because he's a military veteran, he's trying to get his money to pay the court costs.
I'm literally about to change my life, get my license back, but I got to pay back about 30 of these, sir.
All right, we'll give you 1 year from today to have it paid in full.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Dennis Hoover.
Okay, you have a disorderly conduct charge.
And Your Honor, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, 5 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for time served.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow that with 32 misdemeanors and 8 felonies, 4 failures to appear.
Is there a certain amount of days, Your Honor, on this particular one? No?
I'm going to revoke his bond on the 22 CF 527AO. I'll go to no bond. Disorderly conduct will be stayed at 250.
Yeah.
Sleep.
All right, what is your name?
Anthony Johnson, sir.
All right, you have open container of alcohol, public defenders appointed.
Is, the offer is a withhold of adjudication and guilt credit time served, Your Honor.
I'd probably do an adjudication. He's got 25.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, so I go home with it. That's a blessing. Oh, Bill. I mean, oh, Lord have mercy. In mine. Oh, they spelled my name wrong right here. It's Loren. Yes, sir.
I'll take no action on the case he's out on bond. All right, have you had enough time to discuss everything with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right, is anybody forcing you to plead today?
No, sir.
Did you read and understand everything on your plea form?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
What is your plea to the open container?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept the plea. There's a factual basis in the arrest affidavit. I'll adjudicate you guilty. Credit for 2 days in the county jail. You have court costs to pay, due within 180 days, or report to the clerk's collection program. What's that? Yeah. 2 days. Did I say that?
Oh, no, I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't say that yet. Yeah, I think I did. 2 days. Confuse me like that. All right, what is your name?
What is your name?
Oh, Michael Smith.
All right, you have solicitation without a permit, public defenders appointed.
The offer is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, in court costs, Your Honor, and Mr. Smith would like to accept the state's offer.
What was the last thing? What?
Oh, I just stated Mr. Smith would like to accept the state's offer.
Okay. All right, so you understand your charge?
Yes, sir.
Have you had enough time to discuss it with your attorney? Anybody forcing you to plead? Did you read and understand everything on the plea form you've signed?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir.
And what is your plea to the charge?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept the plea, withhold adjudication, credit for 2 days' time served. Court costs due within 180 days. If not, report to the clerk's office for a payment schedule.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Sorrells is behavior.
Oh, I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, bonds 250.
Windsor is also behavior.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right. Bond state as well, 250. What's your name?
Desiree Fourcat.
Okay. A failure to appear.
Yes, Your Honor. It's attaching a tag.
Right.
And the offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. And Ms. Fourcat would like to accept the state's offer.
Okay. Is the defense stipulating to a factual basis?
Yes, I will stipulate to a factual for the purposes of the plea, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't think she has an attorney.
All right, so you understand your charge, attaching a tag not assigned to the vehicle?
Sorry, Your Honor, she didn't hear you because I was telling her how long you would give for her to pay the court cost.
All right, so attaching a tag not assigned to the vehicle is what you're charged with.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, have you had enough time to discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and understand everything on your plea form you've signed?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
And what is your plea?
No contest.
All right, accept the plea, withhold adjudication, credit for 2 days in the county jail, and you have 180 days to pay or report to the clerk's office.
Thank you, sir. I can pay it tomorrow.
Your Honor, Culver Nazario is a refusal.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
What about Adams? They bond? I have it.
What's the booking number?
200-5540.
He bonded.
All right, so who was the next one? Who was it? Walls?
Oh, no, the one that refused was
Culver Nazario.
Okay. So it's possession of cannabis with intent to sell and cannabis over 20 grams. I'll stay those bonds at 1,000 and 150. As other case, the bond will be revoked. Go to no bond, 22 CF 957AO. What is your name?
Joshua Boyle.
All right, you have burglary of a conveyance, criminal mischief. Public defender is appointed. Bonds were set at $3,500 and $500. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene.
Your Honor, Brown is behavior.
And I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, burglary and criminal mischief. On the burglary, I'm going to set bond at $10,000 instead of the $5,000. No return, no contact with victims or witnesses. Criminal mischief will be stated at $1,000. And I'm going to revoke his bond on the 21 CF 15287 AO and the 2664 AO. Those will go to no bond.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
What's that?
You just recalled his current case number.
We did what?
Never mind, just resume. Go ahead.
There's two out of bonds. I think they called one.
I called the wrong case number. We have the 2021 CF 15287. He's out on bond, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the 22 CF 95. Yeah, I think I did call the wrong number. Okay.
Thank you.
You can correct me. It's okay. My wife does it all the time. All right. And we've got those revoked and his other bond set. Okay? All right, what's your name?
Brandon Clayton.
Mr. Clayton, you have new charge of controlled substance without a prescription, petty theft, first degree, more than $100, bonds at $1,000 and $100. No return to the tractor supply. No contact with victims or witnesses. And you're out on bond, 21 CF 15138 AO. That will go to no bond.
Your Honor, we have Coiro
Huh?
as refusal.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay. Yes, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, bond was set at $4,000. Possession of the ammunition was set at $5,000. Carrying a concealed firearm, $150. Methamphetamine, $150. Drug paraphernalia, $100. Resisting, $100. Not to possess any weapons or firearms. Actually, based on his history and the failures to appear, I'm going to set his possession of a firearm at $10,000 instead of $4,000. What's that? There's another one in here? Yes, there is. And then he has a grand theft third degree.
Your Honor, can you give the case number, please?
The case number on that one
Yes, please.
is 22 CF 1389 AO.
Thank you.
And that bond will be stayed at $1,500.
He has one more.
No contact with victims or witnesses. Grand theft of a vehicle. Yeah. Let's see. All right, no return to the scene of the offense, no contact with victims, witnesses. Is that all of them? Or is it
He has one more.
One more, okay. That's another grand theft of a vehicle, same conditions, same bond, $1,500. No contact, no return. Your name?
Taj Felton.
What is it?
Taj Felton.
Felton. Okay, you have attempted first-degree murder. Is that a PBL state?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, those will stay at no bond, both counts. No contact with victims or witnesses, public defenders appointed. No returns, no weapons.
Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
Griffin is a refusal.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Griffin's a refusal. He's got 3. Okay, the petty theft, 2 prior convictions. He's got 19 misdemeanors, 24 felonies, so I'm gonna set that bond at $5,000. No return, no contact with victims or witnesses.
Your Honor, can you give me the case number, please?
That's the 22 CF 2662 AO. 5,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. And then we have the 22 CF 2598 AO. Petty theft, that'll be also a $5,000 bond. Well, let's see, now they've already set $2,500 bond on the warrant. No return to the scene, no contact with victims or witnesses. Yeah, stayed. And another one, the 22 CF 2599, 2,500, no return, no contact, victims or witnesses. PD's appointed.
John Harrison.
All right, public defenders appointed. You have a warrant here for failing to report or re-register as a sexual offender, bond set at $1,000. Public defenders appointed.
Bless you.
Right, your name?
Darius Hood.
All right, you have a warrant here for burglary, the conveyance, wearing a mask. And bond's been set at $5,000, no return to the scene of the offense, no contact with co-defendant or victims or witnesses.
I got a question.
Does he have a hold? He has other cases.
All right, what is your name?
Danny Abera.
Okay, you have grand theft third-degree motor vehicle, public defenders appointed.
Sir.
No contact with victims or witnesses, no return to the scene. Stay the bond at 2,000. Your name?
Tony Rosario.
All right, grand theft motor vehicle, grand theft firearm. Public defenders appointed. I'm going to set your bond, I'm going to stay your bond on your grand theft of the motor vehicle. On the firearm, I'm going to set your bond at 5,000. No return to the scene, no contact with victims or witnesses. What is your name?
Henry Jean Jacquez.
All right, you have capias. It was issued failing to appear. There's currently no bond on each count. Public defenders appointed.
To get bond. Don't have bond.
What is your name?
Marquise Johnson.
Okay. Was this like an on-view VOP or?
A VOP.
I don't know. All I have is a,
Over-the-line arrest, Your
Yeah.
Honor.
On probation.
it's what? Hold on, sir, hold on.
It's an over-the-line arrest.
So he was arrested in our county by another jurisdiction?
I believe so, yes. And he served time in Seminole County, and then they just transported him over.
So is he being held here on this charge?
Yes,
Okay, so he was arrested in their county and brought over here.
I wasn't arrested in Orange County.
he said their county.
All right, looks like bond has been set at $3,000. Well, let's,
I asked a question, sir.
hold on. He's charged with grand theft motor vehicle, is that?
Right.
Okay. It says probable cause was already found and bond set at $3,000. So we already had the IA in another county.
That's for close up.
So public defenders appointed.
Close up.
turn. I need to close up.
Your Honor, we have Kreger as bond.
Who was that?
Kreger, Maxwell Kreger, he bonded.
Krager. Krager? No? Oh, here's Krager, bonded, okay. Your name?
Jeremiah Morin.
All right, you have a warrant issued for your arrest, lewd, lascivious, molestation. It says no bond. Is this is he entitled to a bond state on this?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an F2.
Okay. So we're going to order no contact with the victim. Anything else you want to state?
I didn't read the affidavit, Your Honor, but I would also ask for a no return and definitely supervised contact with any minors.
All right, so you have no contact, let's say no unsupervised contact with minor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let's see, what history does he have? Not much. Set bond at $7,500. And a return to the scene as well. Your name?
Hewlett Scalpel.
Okay, you have attempted first-degree murder with a firearm, 2 of those. State the judge set bond at $50,000, $50,000, 25, and 5 for a total of 130.
Your Honor, attempted first-degree murder with a firearm is punishable by life.
Right.
I would ask the defendant be held no bond, Your Honor.
Yeah, those first 2 counts, I'm going to hold you at no bond. And we'll stay the other counts at $25,000 and $5,000. No contact with victims or witnesses, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms. What is your name?
Yes, sir.
What is your name?
Walter Taylor.
All right, public defender is appointed.
Is this the one?
Sacapius. No bond. He's appointed.
There you go.
What is your name?
Sharif Wicker.
All right, you have a failure to appear. 2 counts, there's no bond on each count. Public defender will be appointed. There's a private attorney. All right. So you have a private lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Were you expecting him here or anything, or she, or? No? Okay. What is your name?
Joshua Young.
All right, you have charges of carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, possession of alprazolam, bond set at $1,000 and $150.
Your Honor, what, do you have the bond set for count one?
5,000,
Ah, okay, thank you.
150. Not to possess any weapons, firearms.
Okay.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
One says Hindu. Is that Spanish? Oh, these are all together. Never heard of that. Okay, he has his headphones on.
Sir.
And what is your name? I don't think he can hear you, interpreter. Are you speaking with him? The interpreter there? Must have lost him. Let me go back.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter, previously sworn.
Okay, we have a few interpreter cases this morning. What is your name, sir?
Your Honor, please allow me to connect to the podium.
Said what?
Please allow me to connect. I am not connected yet to the defendant.
Okay.
Sí, ahora escucho un poco.
There is contact now.
All right, what is your name?
Gustavo Adolfo Balaguer Fratini.
Gustavo Adolfo Balaguer Fratini.
Okay, we will appoint the public defender's office. This is a charge of battery. And state, it looks like we have a witness or a victim here.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Damaris Lyons.
Do you live with the defendant?
Yes.
How do you know him?
I'm dating him.
Has something like this happened before?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
Yes.
Um,
Alcohol.
I'm sorry. Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
And are you afraid of him?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll order no hostile contact with her. You want him to reside with you?
Yes.
All right, so you can reside with her, just no hostile or violent contact with her. Qualifies for pretrial release, state. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Release him through pretrial release. Public defenders appointed. All right, your name?
Caterine Lozano.
All right, public defender is appointed for you, and state you have a witness or a victim here.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Ronald Lozano
And how do you know the defendant?
is my wife.
You live together.
Yes.
During this incident, do you want to continue living together?
Yes.
Has something like this happened before?
No.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident? I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, does she qualify for diversion or a pretrial release? All right, so I'll release her on pretrial release. You're to have no hostile or violent contact with him. You can reside together, but nothing hostile or violent from you. Okay? Public defender's appointed. All right, any other questions, sir? Anything else?
No, that's
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right, your name?
Alexander Mejía de la Cruz. Sí.
Alexander Mejía de la Cruz.
All right, we will appoint the public defender for you. You have a warrant for a violation of a domestic injunction. There's not a witness or a victim here.
No, no sé.
Do you have any input on this one, State?
I'm sorry?
Any input on this one is
Sí.
to,
Your Honor.
Yo tengo algo que decir.
I have something to say.
Madam Interpreter, could you please advise the client that I would recommend him not talk about the facts of the case? Everything is being recorded. I'm gonna give him a paper with his attorney's phone number on it. If he can contact his attorney, and at that point, he could speak about the facts of the case in private.
all right, I will set your bond at $1,000. Order you to abide by the injunction, no contact with the victim.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, your name, sir?
Alexis Acevedo.
Alexis Acevedo.
All right, public defender is appointed. See a victim here or anybody for you? This is a violation of probation, warrant signed, there's currently no bond. And then we have fleeing and eluding and reckless driving. Bonds of 1,000 and 500. Is that it for the Spanish? Okay, the next one is Hindu. Do you translate to Hindu?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, just checking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hello. You.
Good morning. This is, yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you the Hindu interpreter?
Yeah, I am the Hindi interpreter officer. Your Honor, Aziz, interpreter ID number 256049.
All right, and do you swear to translate truthfully from English to Hindu and Hindu to English?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We can have him come up.
You coming, Max? Come on.
Okay, you can ask him his name.
सलाम, नमस्ते, मैं अजीज आपका हिंदी अनुवादक हूँ। जज साहब, आपका नाम जानना चाहते हैं?
My name is Jadip.
जयदीप?
हाँ.
My name is Jaydeep.
All right, we'll appoint the public defender's office for you. There's nobody here. It's a charge of battery, domestic violence.
आप पे इल्जाम लगा है कि आपने घरेलू झगड़ा किया है।
I'm going to order you to have no contact with the victim.
मैं आपको हुक्म देता हूँ कि जिस व्यक्ति पे आपने ये जिसको पीड़ा पहुंचाई है, उसके साथ आप कोई भी संबंध नहीं रखेंगे,
You're not to consume
कोई भी
alcohol.
संपर्क नहीं रखेंगे।
You're not to consume alcohol as well.
आप दारू भी नहीं पिएंगे।
नहीं पीऊंगा दारू।
Okay. I will not have, officer. Your
वो
Honor.
मेरी वाइफ है, मेरी वाइफ है वो।
She is my wife, Your Honor.
नहीं झगड़ा किया मैंने।
Mr. Interpreter, could you please advise the client not to talk about
वाइफ
the
के
facts
साथ
of the
कोई
case?
झगड़ा नहीं हुआ मेरा। मेरी वाइफ से
आप अभी फिलहाल अच्छा, आप फिलहाल कुछ भी आप बातें मत करो। जो जज साहब जो कहते हैं, आप पहले सिर्फ सुनो।
He does not qualify for pretrial release?
No, Your Honor. He lives out of the country.
All right, we will set bond at $1,000.
आपको बॉन्ड $1,000 का लगाया जाता है आपके लिए।
So you're not to return to the residence, no contact with the victim.
आप उस घर पे वापस नहीं जाएंगे और जिसको पीड़ा पहुंचाई गई है उसके साथ आप कोई संपर्क नहीं करेंगे।
Your Honor, this happened at the airport.
Okay.
I think we need to inquire as to how long they're going to be in the country for. It is likely that the victim is staying in a hotel. I just think we need to inquire further, Your Honor. Or if defense could inquire, please.
I don't know if he's going to interpret.
Oh.
Yeah, should the interpreter ask with Mr. Jaydeep where his wife is as of now?
Yes, please.
Yes, and also, Mr. Interpreter, could you please ask when they're planning on returning home to India?
Yeah. जज साहब जानना चाहते हैं कि आपकी पत्नी फिलहाल कहाँ पे है, और दूसरा आप लोग इंडिया वापस कभी जाने का सोच रहे हैं?
हम इंडिया नहीं जाएंगे।
जयदीप साहब,
हम इंडिया नहीं जाएंगे क्योंकि वहाँ पे हमारी जान का खतरा है।
ओके, और आपकी पत्नी अभी कहाँ पे है?
मेरी पत्नी फोंटाना।
माय वाइफ, वो भी घर पे है या होटल में है?
वो होटल में।
My wife is in Fontana. She is in a hotel, and we do not want to go back to India. There is a threat to our life in India.
I was just concerned about the victim and whether or not she would be able to continue without her husband.
Financially?
Yes.
Is the wife present as of now? Can the interpreter speak to the wife?
The wife is not present, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh,
The,
Should I ask him whether his wife can stay alone over here if he's sent back to India?
No.
Or do we? Because I think from what he appears, he might be trying to seek asylum.
Yeah.
All right, well, the public defender's office is appointed. They can file whatever motions they want or whatever.
You can reach her.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, actually,
And then, Your Honor, as far as the hosts, I don't know if they have their belongings, where their belongings are, if it's at the airport, if it's at the hotel, but I would ask for a one-time return with law enforcement if he is released to gather any belongings he may have. If it's at the hotel, I don't know if the wife and him have any property together at the hotel she's staying at.
Okay, so I'll authorize him to return to the hotel or wherever his belongings are, one time with law enforcement to pick up his belongings.
आपको एक बार होटल जाने देने में आएगा और साथ में कोई भी पुलिस का अफसर साथ में होगा। होटल में जाके आपकी जो निजी चीजें हैं वो आप जमा करके वहां से निकल आएंगे।
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
जो मैंने ये बॉन्ड जो ये बॉन्ड है ये कब तक भरना है?
क्या कहा?
जो ये बॉन्ड है कब तक भरना है?
कौन सा रिपोर्ट?
बॉन्ड $1,000
नहीं समझा मैं।
जो $1,000 का बॉन्ड है ये कब तक भरना है?
This bond amount, by when am I supposed to be paying that?
Whenever you want to be released, it needs to be paid.
जब भी आपको हवालात से छूटना है तभी आपको ये भरने होंगे।
Sure to have no contact with her.
और आप आपकी पत्नी के साथ कोई भी संपर्क नहीं रखेंगे।
Now, I would authorize the public defender to contact her if you want a phone number.
Mr. Interpreter, could you please ask the client if he has a telephone number for his wife?
आपके पत्नी का फोन नंबर आपके पास है?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so she'll try to contact your wife and see what happens from there. But you're to have no contact.
ये पब्लिक डिफेंडर आपके पत्नी का संपर्क करेंगी, लेकिन आपको अपने पत्नी के साथ कोई भी संपर्क नहीं रखना है।
Is there somebody else here that can bond you out?
Officer, Your Honor, can you please repeat? Your Honor.
Give that information to the public defender?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there someone who can bond, is there someone that can bond him out, or can he bond himself out?
आपके पास कोई है जो आपके बॉन्ड के पैसे देके आपको हवालात से छुड़ा सकता है, या क्या आप खुद ये पैसे भर के हवालात से छूटना चाहते हो?
मेरे अकाउंट में $600 पड़े हैं। मैं अपने अकाउंट से डलवा दूंगा, फिर $400 मैं 1-2 दिन बाद डलवा दूंगा।
I have $600 in my account. I will deposit that from my account, and maybe the $400 I can deposit in a day or two.
Okay. Okay, and we also have a bond program, Your Honor, so I will let the attorney assigned to his case know.
Okay.
Should I tell him about the bond program?
Yes, you can tell him that.
हमारे पास एक बॉन्ड का कार्यक्रम यहाँ पे चालू है, तो आपके जो वकील है उसको ये बताने में आएगा कि किस तरह से वो भरा जा सकता है।
जो मेरा वकील है
आपका वकील कोई है?
नो सर अभी पता नहीं सर
No. He is being provided a public defender, Your Honor.
Yes, public
He says he
defenders,
does not have a
yeah,
attorney.
the public defender's office will contact him.
जो पब्लिक डिफेंडर हैं, जो गवर्नमेंट के वकील हैं, वो आपका संपर्क करेंगे और आपके पत्नी का भी संपर्क करेंगे।
All right, your name? That's it. Thank you, interpreter.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for using the interpretation services we offer. We appreciate it. We hope you have a great rest of the day.
All right, your name?
Francisco Javier Rodriguez.
All right, this is a charge of battery on a person 65 years of age or older, battery, domestic violence. Public defender is appointed. These are kind of strange facts, State. I'm not sure what we have there, but anyway, there's no victim here. And what's the state's position on this?
Your Honor, are you querying whether or not there's probable cause?
Well, yes, and then about 3/4 of the way down, it just says, based on Enrique's statement about being pushed by the defendant, possibly causing him to fall. It's a bunch of possiblies and maybes, and I don't remembers, and
Well, Your Honor, I believe when the victim was first interviewed, he said he fell. His wife then said that he was punched by their son, and then the victim changed it and said, I was pushed, and that is what caused me to fall. So, yes, there have been some back and forth, but ultimately it is, the allegation is that the defendant pushed his father, who is over 65 years old, causing him to fall, and that's what caused the injury to his face.
and where does it say the victim said he was pushed?
Maria Rodriguez said that their son, Francisco Rodriguez, defendant, punched Enrique in the face. Upon hearing this, Enrique walked back his previous comments and told me that he was pushed by Francisco and believes that is what caused him to fall over and hit his face on the floor.
That's about a third of the way down, Your Honor.
Maybe a quarter.
And they asked Maria if she observed the strike, and she said no, but
Correct.
believes he did.
But Enrique had already said that he was pushed.
Yes. And then he overheard him tell the doctor he did not recall anything that happened. That was the defendant. Yeah, that was the victim.
You want to?
I apologize, Your Honor, I don't know which part you're referring to.
I think it's at the bottom, towards the bottom.
I'm just saying there's a lot of confusion there as to what the heck happened. There's no victim here.
Your Honor, did you see the last sentence of the affidavit?
Let's see. No, I didn't see that. Okay. Appears to be PC. All right, what kind of bond do you want and what conditions other than no contact, no return? May return one time with law enforcement to pick up personal items?
No drugs or alcohol, Your Honor.
No alcohol? He has 7 failures to appear?
I think it's
No,
misdemeanor.
7 misdemeanors. 7 misdemeanors, okay. All right, that'll be a bond of $2,500. Public defender's appointed.
Is that on count one?
Second count will be 100.
Your Honor, it does not look like he was screened for pretrial release.
He wouldn't qualify. He has an out of
Okay,
warrant.
then just say the bond.
Yeah, no return, no contact, except one time with law enforcement to return for personal items.
Your Honor, Mr. Mason refused.
Mason,
Can you have that one, Lucy?
I got Williams here.
Okay.
Is Williams next?
Williams is right here.
Okay. Okay, and what is this? Top.
You have the supplement? Did you give me something?
Did this on the 8th. Is this a PC issue? As to PC, okay. It's reset for PC. Okay, appears to be probable cause. All right, so bond will be set at the 5,000. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
There's no contact with the victim. Your name?
Lavelle Williams, sir.
Oh, we just did. That's the one we just did.
Come on up. Your name?
Here, Becker.
All right, public defender is appointed. This is tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, battery, domestic violence. There's no victim here. So you'll be ordered to have no contact with the victim, separate residence.
Sir.
Public defenders appointed.
Your Honor, I would just ask for a one-time return with law enforcement to the hotel to gather his belongings because they're sharing a hotel room.
Yes, he may return one time only with law enforcement, but he's having no contact with her.
Yes, sir.
And the tampering with the witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, that bond will be $1,000. The domestic battery charge is going to have a $10,000 bond.
Your Honor, he is on social security disability. He's not gonna be able to afford a $10,000 bond, especially with him being from Nashville.
I don't know nothing about
Hold on, could you, okay, just, it looks like his last conviction was in 2010. I'd ask that you take that into consideration and consider reducing the bond amount on the battery.
No, he's out of state, he's got priors, failures to appear, and she ended up at the hospital, it looks like, so. And,
Sorry for what happened.
hold on, sir. Okay, so the next one is, right,
Mr. Forrester, Your Honor, is mental health.
okay, Forrester, public defender will be appointed.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, he has a new aggravated assault with a firearm, so we're going to revoke his bond. 22 CF 1195 AO, that'll go to no bond. Assault charge, you ordered no contact with a victim, no return. Not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Your Honor, I would ask that he be possibly screened for mental health pretrial release. He was acting erratic. The family said it's not normal behavior. They don't know what was going on. So I'd ask that he be screened to see if he may need some mental health.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, so mental health pretrial release on the aggravated assault with a firearm charge. Again, no contact with the victim, separate residence, no weapons. And his bond's revoked on the other one.
Your Honor, can you give him a bond in case he does not qualify for pretrial release?
Okay, we'll set a $1,500 bond on that.
And Your Honor, on the out on bond, there's no information that has been filed as of yet, so I would just ask that if you are gonna revoke, you consider revoking and doubling. Again, I just point to the facts of this case. He's out on a nonviolent offense, but it does not appear that he's in the right state of mind. Even the family was stating that they were afraid he was erratic. They don't know if that's not how he normally behaves. And because of those facts, I would ask that you consider not revoking and maybe consider doubling his out on bond.
No, I'll let you file a motion with the judge, and maybe you'll have some more input then about his mental health. All right, next, what is your name?
Derek, 40 Morales.
All right, the public defender's office is appointed. You have aggravated battery with a firearm, carjacking with a firearm, battery, dating violence. This is a arrest warrant. Carjacking, I'm assuming, is a PBL?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Right, so there's no bond on that charge. You have no contact with victims or witnesses. And let's see, the battery will have a $1,000 bond, again, no contact. And the aggravated battery with a firearm will have an additional $1,000 bond, again, no contact, no weapons, no return.
Your Honor, before we move on Forrester, on his out on bond, you did appoint us on the out on bond as well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
We're on
Thank
everything. Your name?
Noah Franklin.
We'll appoint the public defender for you. You have a charge of violation of domestic injunction, aggravated stalking after an injunction. And then you're out on bond.
And Your Honor, on the criminal mischief, I know he has a private attorney, so I'd ask not to be appointed. I'm not sure if we are appointed on the burglary. Just wanna- Oh, so I just asked that we not be appointed on the out-on bonds because he already has a
Right.
private.
You have Scott Richardson?
Yes, sir.
All right. So those cases will go to no bond. And the new charge, again, no contact with the victim or petitioner, comply with the injunction. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And the injunction will have a $2,500 bond. Aggravated stalking will have an additional $2,500 bond. PD's appointed on those.
Your Honor, do you have a criminal mischief case?
That's
for
the
him?
out-on-bond case.
Oh, then never mind. Oh.
Your name? All right, we'll appoint the public defender's office for you. You have a charge of tampering with a witness to hinder communication, battery. And there's not a victim here. So we'll order no contact with the victim, separate residence, no weapons or firearms. You may return one time with law enforcement to pick up any personal items. Battery charge will have a $3,000 bond, and the tampering will have a $1,000. PD's appointed. Your name? All right, he qualifies for pretrial release. State you have a witness here, or a
Yes, Your
victim?
Honor. Good morning. Can you
Morning.
state your name for the record, please?
Andrea Amaya.
And how do you know the defendant?
He's my husband for 15 years.
Do you live together?
Yes.
While this case is pending, would you like to continue living together?
Yes.
Were drugs or alcohol involved in this incident?
No.
Has something like this happened before?
No.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, so you want him to reside with you?
Yes.
I'm only appointing the public defender for today. Looks like he doesn't qualify.
Okay.
So you'll need to hire your own attorney at a later date or apply for the public defender again, but right now you don't qualify. So she'll help you this morning if you need help.
I would just ask for pretrial release, Your Honor. He does qualify.
Okay, any objections, State?
No objections.
All right, we'll release you on pretrial release. We're going to order you to have no hostile or violent contact with her. So obviously you don't touch her against her will. That would violate your release. No cussing, no threats, nothing violent at all, verbally or otherwise. Otherwise, you'll be back in jail with no bond. Any questions? Okay, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. All right, your name?
Marley Charlotte.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. This case, from what I see, appears to be a self-defense. I don't see anything but that in there. He had a hold of her, so she punched him.
What I read, Your Honor, is that he was guiding her out of the apartment. She did not want to be, and she acknowledged that it was not to harm her.
Right.
She was mad, so she punched him.
She was mad, did not want him touching her,
Yeah.
so she punched him.
Your Honor, I disagree that that's self-defense when the intent was not to cause harm, merely to guide her out of his apartment.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not self-defense.
You can use non-deadly force to stop somebody from touching you, no matter what their intent is.
Okay, Your Honor, I disagree, but
Okay.
even if it is defense, it is a defense to this, and we are here today for probable cause.
Well, I know, but under the statute, she shouldn't even been arrested.
I believe that stands your ground, Your Honor. That's not self-defense.
Well, if you read the statute, they're not supposed to make an arrest when it stands your ground either. They're
That's not
supposed
what
to be a
this says.
prosecution or anything else. So I'm going to release her. She qualifies for pretrial release.
She does, yeah.
So I'll release her on pretrial release. Do you want 24 hours to find some other facts or something, or
No, Your Honor.
no? You haven't heard from the victim?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, she has somewhere else to go. All I would ask for is a return one time with law enforcement so she can gather her items.
Okay, she can return to pick up her items
Yes.
with law enforcement. We'll pretrial release her.
Thank you.
Wait,
Nope,
Oh,
Hey,
wait, hold on.
Come here, come here.
wait, it was a no contact?
nope. I'm not finding probable cause, basically.
Yes. So you're fine.
So actually, there's no probable
need.
cause,
There's no need for the,
so there's no conditions. I'm gonna RR, actually.
Okay.
That's what I should be doing. What I'm reading in that. Okay, your name?
Gregory Ingram.
All right, you have battery, domestic violence. We'll appoint the public defender's office. There's not a witness or a victim here. And a charge of resisting without violence. There's 9 felonies, 5 misdemeanors, a failure to appear. So on the domestic violence, I'll set bond at $5,000, $100 on the resisting, no contact with the victim, separate residence. You may return one time to pick up your personal items with law enforcement. Okay, your name?
Your Honor, I apologize.
Huh?
For the previous case, Your Honor, DCF was contacted, so I was going to ask that he comply with any DCF plan.
Okay, we'll put that in the order. Comply with DCF plan. The last one.
Gregory Ingram?
All right, your name?
Angelica Sanchez.
All right, this is a battery charge, domestic, and we'll appoint the public defender's office. There's no witness here. This is a qualification for pretrial. We'll order you not to consume alcohol. No contact. Victim, you have a separate place to live?
I support my mother and my child. I just moved into that house. He lives at 8149 Chilton. We have 2 houses.
All right, well, I'll just order you no contact, separate residence. No alcohol. Public defenders appointed.
Your Honor, again, DCF was contacted regarding this.
Pretrial release. She qualifies for pretrial.
Correct.
Comply with DCF's orders or plans, whatever they tell you to do? Okay. Your name? Your name?
Vijay Hernandez.
Hernandez. All right, you have out-of-county warrant, $2,000, Osceola County. You're out on bond. I'm going to take no action on the out on bond. Public defender will be appointed.
$2,000 bond, and the public defender is appointed.
I have a lawyer on my case.
Oh. So I'd ask that we not be appointed, Your Honor. He has it.
You already have it?
Can't I have a lawyer on my case?
Oh, yeah, that's what I said, a public defender is appointed.
And what was the warrant about?
I don't know if I have what it was about.
FTA?
Let's see.
I don't have it, I can't see.
Okay. Warrant, $2,000 bond. Like it's an old cannabis case, and let's see. Looks like it's an old cannabis case, I don't know anything else.
Is it a separate case or is it?
Yes.
Did I get caught in this case with?
I don't know. I don't know, so your public defender can find all that out for you.
All right, sorry about that, sir.
That's all right. Your name?
Jessica.
Jones, you have a Seminole County warrant. There's currently no bond. And then there's another one right in here. And then there's a bond on another warrant for $2,000 for fentanyl. Public defender will be appointed here until you're transported over to Seminole County.
I had another attorney on the case.
You had what?
I was asking if I could have Justin Hausler appointed. I had him appointed on my case for my other case.
I just ask that we not be appointed, Your Honor. That's fine.
Just temporarily appoint you till she's transported.
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine. So you have to call him to hire him on that case.
I have no idea about the possession of fentanyl case because I've been in custody for the past 27 days.
Your private attorney can tell you if you're gonna hire him.
No, he was appointed to me on the other case because it's a month from now. He was appointed to me. That's why I was asking if.
No.
Because I have no idea what the other possession of the charges from. Been given no paperwork, nothing.
Just call the number, the attorney should be able to help you, okay?
Will I be given paperwork that explains?
Call that number.
Call the number, the attorney will be able to help you.
All right, what is your name?
Mark Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, you have out-of-county warrants, looks like Osceola County. They're all no bonds. We'll appoint the public defender's office. Next one's Joseph Adams. Mr. Adams? Yes?
Yes.
All right, we'll appoint the public defender's office for you. This is a violation of probation, no bond. All right. Burns? Is that you? Ms. Burns?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also have a violation of probation warrant. It's no bond. Orange County, the public defender is appointed.
Ben Davis. Lambert.
All right, Ben Davis, come on up. Violation of probation warrant. There's no bond. And it is Orange County, the public defender is appointed to represent you. All right, your name?
Savion Lambert.
Lambert. Appears to be a VOP. Is this like an on-view thing or something?
Yes, it's an on view, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, the affidavit's not sworn to, is it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, so we're going to, let's see. We have something showing he's on probation in here.
I can print it out.
They said they contacted his probation officer. They were going to violate him. So we'll just place no bond on this for violation of probation. Okay, public defender's appointed. All right, the next one is McCarthy. Samuel McCarthy, this is a violation of probation, no bond. Orange County, the public defender is appointed. And Pender, is this another on view? Must be.
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. The defender will be appointed. And again, do we have something showing he's on probation? Is it in here? Corrections Network. Supervised probation. Grade 19, 3 years. Okay, appears he's still on probation, so we'll go ahead and place no bond on that this time. PD's appointed. Okay, 33-day motions.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we have Corellis, 384, AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Non-filing, so it'll be granted.
Yes, for the DUI and a no valid to be added.
You always hiding stuff right in front of me. Okay, what is your name, sir?
Marco Vasquez Fuentes.
All right, so public defender's already been appointed. These are arraignments on the DUI and driving without a valid license. It's a plea of not guilty, I understand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Will be set for pretrial.
First case, 2182, is Division 83, VOP status for April 18th at 1:30 in courtroom 6C. The other two cases, Division 81, 260AA and 259AA. Pretrial would be 4/8 at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4E.
She's still bothering me?
Your Honor, Mr. Everett Vidalgo Gonzalez bonded.
Okay. All right, what is your name, sir?
Joel Hernandez Sierra.
Joel Hernandez Sierra.
Okay, we will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you. Have cases for failing to appear for pretrial conference, and the bonds are set at $3,500, $500, and $500. And there's another case, right? Nope, nope, that's it.
No, he has one case.
Right, one case. 3 counts. The next one has 2, right? Yes. Okay, your name, sir?
Ángel J. Rosado García.
Ángel J. Rosado García.
All right, we'll appoint the Public Defender's Office for you. You have charges of possession of heroin with a $1,000 bond and possession of drug paraphernalia with a $500 bond. Okay?
Okay.
Hutto's next. Is this a Spanish?
No, Your Honor.
No. Okay, that's it for the Spanish? Okay, thank you, interpreter.
Mr.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, Mr. Hutto is mental health.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right. There's nobody here, so I'll stay the bond at $500, no contact with the victim. Can do mental health pretrial release if he qualifies. If not, we'll do the bond. Anything else, State?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodman, Your Honor, is mental health also.
Okay,
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
all right. Bond's $500, no contact with the victim. Okay. What's your name?
Robert Crew.
Crew, you have trespass on property after warning. Bond is set at $500.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to 9400 East Colonial Drive.
He's got way too many prior, 16 prior trespassings.
Your Honor, he's homeless. It looks like the last conviction was back in August of last year.
Is that a positive or a negative?
For today's purpose of pleading, Your Honor, he didn't have a trespass recently this year. It was all the way back in August.
No, I'm going to stay his bond at $500. He's not to return to the location.
Are there no days you would be willing to consider, Your Honor, on his?
That history, he's probably looking at close to 30 days, somewhere in that ballpark.
He's going to save the bond.
Your name?
Shantira. Shantira.
You're also here, let's see. Trespass on property after warning.
Your Honor, I'd ask that she be screened for mental health pretrial release. I have some issues as far as her ability to understand what's going on.
Okay, well, she's got a bond too that I'm probably going to revoke.
She's in pretrial diversion, Your Honor. She has no convictions. It's a trespass. I would resolve it, but again,
Right.
in 2019, there was an issue with her competency. They're both nonviolent offenses. I would ask that you take no action on the out on bond and have her screened for mental health pretrial release.
All right, state any objection?
No objection.
Okay, so we'll take no action on the paraphernalia case, which is on diversion, and on the trespass, release her through mental health pretrial release, or the bond of $500.
Thank you.
And no return to the area.
No, because it's a failure to appear.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't know.
I understand, but you have to go back before that. Not him.
You mean I can't get out there?
Next one's Van Brown.
Yes, sir.
Right, you have the capias here. The bond was set at $1,000. We'll appoint the public defender's office.
We'll try to get you.
Failure to appear.
I couldn't get anybody to bond me out, Your Honor. I didn't know nothing about the court date. I would have been here.
All right, you'll have to talk to the judge that issued it.
Huh?
You'll have to speak to the judge that issued that.
How do I do that?
Mr. Delaney?
All right, your name?
Delaney.
What is your name?
Mr. Delaney.
All right, looks like there is a warrant issued for your arrest. Failing to update your address with the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles as a sexual offender. I will set bond at $2,500. Public defenders appointed. All right, what's your name?
Sherman Wright.
All right, public defender's appointed. This is burglary of an occupied conveyance state. Says he pulled up on the door handle. Is that enough for a burglary?
No, Your Honor, it would be attempted, but it is the same statute.
It is the same? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to order him to have no contact with the victim in this case. Set bond at $1,000. Next are arraignments.
Your Honor, Mr. Carrasquillo is medical.
Okay.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, we'll set that for pretrial.
Division 83, March 28th at 8:30 in courtroom 6C.
All right, your name?
Bruce Chandler.
All right, so let's see, arraignment here for no vehicle registration.
I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, set for pretrial.
Division 80, pretrial will be April 25th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 9C.
9.
All right, what's your name?
Frank Mills.
All right, Mr. Mills, public defender is already appointed for a driving while license suspended.
Mills.
Frank Mills?
All right, that'll be set for pretrial.
Division 63, March 29th at 1 o'clock in courtroom 10B.
Terry Lampkins, Your Honor, is medical.
All right, public defender case.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right,
Division 50, April 21st at 8:30 in courtroom 7C.
what was the date on that one? Okay. All right, what's your name? Did we do Mohica?
Nope.
Okay. Mr. Rettle,
Mohica.
Mohica? Do we have Mohica?
Medical, Your Honor.
Medical?
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 63, March 29th at 1 o'clock in courtroom 10B.
And I will enter a plea of not guilty.
All right. Is your office appointed on that?
No.
All right. So we'll appoint the public defender's office for you at this time.
And pretrial date will be May 17th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 9B, and that's Division 82.
I apologize, what time?
9 o'clock?
Thank you.
Your Honor, next we have an attorney for Mr. Rose under misdemeanor non-playable.
And its name is what?
Good morning.
Hey.
I'm Sarah DePalma on behalf of Mr. Rose. I'm covering
Rose?
for Rachel Shaw. Yes, sir.
Okay, Rose.
Covering for Rachel Shaw. She would have filed a notice of appearance last night on this.
Rose, let's see if we can find him.
Jeffrey is the first name.
What is the charge?
Stalking, misdemeanor.
Rose, there it is. About 5 or 6 down. Is there a victim here? Nope. Okay, so Rose has a warrant issued, currently no bond to be set today. And no victim. State, do you have any input on this one?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, did you want to say something?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that you find no probable cause in this case, just
The
reviewing.
warrant. Probable cause is already found.
Well, okay, well, reviewing the probable cause narrative, we would ask for you to ROR Mr. Rose. He has, as far as I know, no criminal history. This is not a domestic incident. And if you review the narrative, it's the defense's position that this does not rise to the level of severe emotional distress. Some of the incidents that are being attributed to him, there is no actual facts to support that. This seems to be a situation where it should be a civil injunctive matter for the civil courts, and we would ask you to consider that in setting the bond in this case.
Well, like I said, the judge has already found probable cause, so that issue is resolved. It says he has 3 prior misdemeanors, disorderly conduct, a battery, and a cannabis. And it says Florida arrests for paraphernalia, ag assault.
I wasn't aware of that, but
Well-
I just got this morning, so.
I'm just reading what's on the document, I don't.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll order no return to the victim's property. No contact with the victim. And that can set bond at $1,000.
Thank you. As far as no return to the property, he is the alleged victim's neighbor. Are we setting any rules other than no contact?
How close does he live?
Directly beside.
You said directly beside the alleged victim.
Well, just obviously don't go on their property and don't say anything to them. I can't stop them from saying things to you, but I can stop you from saying things to them. So don't engage them, stay away. Anything else, State?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, your name?
Giovanni Michael Brady.
All right, you're here on alerting and prowling, possession of drug paraphernalia. Public defender is appointed. She's there next to you.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to 330 Hillman Avenue.
Call.
Your Honor.
He's got 16 prior misdemeanors and 5 felonies, so I don't feel that's a just sentence.
Your Honor, is there an offer that you're making?
Just based upon what I see, probably somewhere in the 15, 20-day area.
I understand, but again, if you're leaving, no. Okay, Your Honor. I just asked that you set bond. So do you want the 50 days? The 20 days? I want to talk about the
Actually, there's nothing that I did wrong. I was just going home.
Your Honor, usually at IAs, they get a benefit for resolving their case.
That is a benefit.
but-
16 prior misdemeanors, 5 felonies, failure to appear.
It looks like I just asked that you set a bond, Your Honor.
I'll stay the bonds at 100 and 500.
What's the? Can we do 10 right now?
No return, Your Honor?
Hmm?
No return?
Yes, no return.
Okay, can I just, can I resolve right now though, Your Honor? Huh?
All right, your name?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Carl Claudel refused.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay.
As far as his out on bond, there has not been an information filed. He was arrested January 13th, and they have no not filed. But I have to continue on.
All right, so the one he's out on bond on, state you're not prosecuting that?
No, Your Honor, we didn't file it within the 33 days, is what defense is stating. I don't know the status of it, but no, we have not filed formal charges yet.
Who's out on bond?
Not you, not
All right, well, I'm going to stay the bond on the battery, no contact with the victim. And at this point, I'm going to revoke the bond on the CF case 235AO. I got a no bond.
Joseph Duran.
All right, I have John Doe next.
We have yes, John Doe is hospital, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Hospital?
Yes, sir.
And that's, that he be,
Want to pull that microphone closer to you?
reset, Your Honor, 24 hours from release of the hospital.
All right, so this will be a reset till he's released from the hospital per the public defender's request.
Do we have a name for him?
No, not yet.
He's got 2 cases or just another John Doe?
Another.
One case.
All right, Joseph Durant. So what is your name, sir?
Joseph Ray Duran. That's mine.
By his side. I tell you, you're going to be escorted out of here.
Okay, public defender will be appointed, resisting an officer without violence, bond was set at,
I'm sorry.
set at 100, disorderly conduct 100, assault on law enforcement 500, and the other assault 100.
Your Honor, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt credit time served to resolve the case.
On all counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Extensive out-of-state history. I don't see anything really violent, though. Okay. So it's adjudication time served on all counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
There'll be court costs. So what's your full name again, sir? You know, I just get the feeling that's not your name by the way you're acting. So speak into the microphone.
Joseph Ray Durant.
All right, that was the name you were born with?
Clewiston, Florida.
What's that?
He said where he was born at. Go ahead, you guys speak up.
Clewiston, Florida, Henry County. That's me.
And that was the name you were given when you were born?
Sir.
Okay. All right, so do you understand your charges? You got to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Have you had enough time to discuss everything with the public defender's office? You got to speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right, is anybody forcing you to plead today?
No.
You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
And do you have any questions?
No, sir.
And you filled out a plea form?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you understand everything on the plea form, all of your rights you're waiving and giving up?
Yes, sir.
Got to speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right, then to your first charge of resisting without violence, what is your plea?
No contest.
Your disorderly conduct,
No contest.
assault on a law enforcement officer,
No contest.
and your second charge of assault on law enforcement.
No contest.
All right, I will accept your pleas. There's a factual basis in the arrest affidavit. I will follow your agreement, adjudicate you guilty on all counts. And there's 2 days in jail, credit for 2 days. You have court costs to pay. You have 180 days to pay. If not, report to the clerk's office for a payment schedule. Be released on these charges today.
I need help, Joe.
You need headphones?
What is your name?
Here. I need help.
It's okay, just wait.
All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, what is your name?
Andrea Ferguson.
All right, so we're going to appoint the public defender's office. Did you have something to state?
Yes, Your Honor. With regard to 22 MM 1543, possession of drug paraphernalia, state announces a no information.
Okay, so should be released on that charge,
Yes, Your Honor.
and we'll take no action on the other case. PD's already been appointed on that.
Well,
Going home.
All right, your name?
Angela Hocroft.
All right, you have trespassing, public defenders appointed.
The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 1102 Hermit Smith Road. Ms. Hawcroft would like to accept the state's offer.
Seven felonies and 13 misdemeanors and 7 failures to appear. So I'm not going to treat her as I would a first-time offender.
Oh. The offer, Your Honor.
From what I've seen so far is about 15 to 20 days.
15 days, sir. Your Honor, but I haven't been back to that location since like November, and I wouldn't even have went up on there. It's the manager, it's one day you're allowed up there, the next day you're not. I had never even got any paperwork saying that I was trespassed. It was just by hearsay.
That's really not the issue today.
But I will never go back up to that vicinity at all.
I'll just stay the bond at 500. No return. All right, your name?
Bryant Robertson.
All right, public defenders appointed. You have a disorderly conduct and a resisting charge. Those are two new charges. You're out on bond on a disorderly conduct. So I'm going to revoke your ROR on the disorderly conduct that you're out on bond. And that'll go to no bond. And your new charges, you'll have a $500 bond on the resisting. The disorderly will be 100. Your name?
Last name's Juya, Juyia. First name Ruzbeh, Ruzbeh.
All right, we'll appoint the public defender for you.
Thank you.
And you have a capias issued for failing to appear for pretrial on February 24th. New bonds were set at $1,200.
Yes, I wanted to elaborate on that, if I may.
I would recommend you not talk about the facts of the case. Just the bond. If you have a bond, he can't change what another judge can make.
It's over here.
It is. You just appointed one. There's the number.
Next one's Jeffrey Stone.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a failure to appear. Bond's been set at $1,000. Public defenders appointed.
Your Honor, the offers and adjudication of guilt, credit time served. There's a cost of investigation in the amount of $748.26 to the Orlando Police Department. Mr. Stone would like to resolve his case and accept the offer from the state.
How much credit is there?
He has 47 days, Your Honor.
So at the offer is adjudication, 47 days in court costs?
Yes, Your Honor. And there's a cost of investigation of $748.26 to the Orlando Police Department.
$748?
Yes, Your Honor, and 26.
Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor, that's the offer.
And does the defense stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I don't even know what the charge is. What is the charge? Trespass?
Trespass in the conveyance, Your Honor.
What is your name?
Deputy Raymond Stone, sir.
All right, you understand your charge then of trespass in a conveyance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to discuss everything with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody forcing you to plead today?
No, Your Honor.
I have your plea form. Did you read and understand everything on the plea form?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your rights you're waiving and giving up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, can you give me time for the 700, like $50 a month, sir, or whatever, for that court cost?
I'll give you 6 months to pay it. If it's not paid by then, you can report to the clerk's office and they'll place you on a payment schedule.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so then what is your plea to the charge?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, we'll accept that plea. Enter the adjudication, 47 days with credit for 47 days, 748.26 to OPD and court costs due within 180 days. I'll report to the clerk's office.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, your name?
Daniel Cabrera, sir.
The offer from the state, Your Honor, is a withhold credit time served. And Mr. Cabrera would like to accept.
All right, anything from the state?
I beg your pardon?
Anything from you?
No, Your Honor.
Withhold time served?
Yes, these are city cases, and
Right.
that's the offer that we relay on behalf of the city, so yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you understand your charge, sir, of disorderly conduct?
Yes, sir.
And have you had enough time to discuss everything with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And you read and understand everything on the plea form you've signed?
Yes, sir.
All right, then what is your plea to the charge?
No contest, sir.
All right, I'll accept your plea. There's a factual basis in the arrest affidavit. I'll withhold adjudication. You have credit for 2 days in the county jail. Your court costs are due within 180 days. If not, report to the clerk's office for a payment schedule.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Earl Jones? I guess he bonded out, and then his bond was endorsed. You have a disorderly conduct charge. So you have a disorderly conduct charge, you're Earl Jones?
I had an open container.
You're what?
It said disorderly conduct, but I had a bill in my hand on private property at a bar. I just want to see what the proper cause is for even charging me with an open container on private property.
I'd ask that you just stay the bond, Your Honor.
Okay, bond stayed at $250. PD's appointed.
Sam, man, I'm trying to see the proper cause. There ain't no proper cause on private property.
Yeah, there's probable cause in their warrant, and they rest.
Hey, sir, can I represent myself in this case? I have the right to represent myself, right?
You can represent yourself.
I want to represent myself, sir.
Okay, they'll
But I
take you
don't- I
back.
don't have no proper cause.
That's fine.
Yes, I found probable cause.
I get this, sir.
Yes, I found probable cause.
On private property at a bar that allowed me to drink there, that served me that beer?
I found probable cause on the arrest affidavit. So you still going to represent yourself, or you want a lawyer?
Give me a public defender, sir.
Okay.
Public defender, thank you.
All right, what's your name?
Russell Cody?
What is it?
Cody Russell?
Did we skip a few?
Cody.
Who do you have next? A lot of the traffic's bonded, so.
Who? Hall's bonded, okay. Hall,
Okay, the first one we have is ELOY.
Carvello, Eloy. It's a traffic case.
The inmate number is 2200-5453.
Bonded. He bonded.
The next one is Cruz, JUC.
What's the inmate number?
I don't have a cruise. I have Cody next, she's here.
It's 2200-5431.
Bonded.
Okay, Cody Russell's here, it's a failure to appear, there's a bond of $2,000. Public defender will be appointed.
Yes, sir. I don't have that car anymore. It got impounded, and I was a failure to appear because.
Don't talk about the facts of the case.
Okay. Aguilar? Okay. What's your name?
Wesley Anderson. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hello. All right, the first one is a habeas. Says you failed to appear for your arraignment on February 10th. The bond was set at $5,000. And then you have another failure to appear on a grand theft, and that's no bond. Public defender's appointed if you don't have a lawyer.
I have to call to get a bond. You can't get a bond today. Oh.
You have to see those judges.
All right, thank you for your time.
All right, your name, sir?
Darnell Brown.
Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a case that was issued, it looks like. No, what is this? It's a possession of cocaine. Bond set at $1,000. And then you have a no valid driver's license.
Yes, sir.
Public defender will be appointed. That bond is $500.
Say that again, sir?
Bond is $500 on that one.
Yes.
Your name?
Daquan Butler.
Butler. Public defender will be appointed. All right, you have aggravated assault with a firearm, possession of a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. Public defender is appointed. On the possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, I'm going to set your bond at $20,000. I'll stay the other bonds at $2,500 and $5,000.
Which one is the 2,500 101, sir.
First one will be 2,500.
The aggravated assault.
Yeah, I saw it. He's entitled to a bond.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if you're gonna set, count one at 20,000, I would ask that you treat count 2 and 3 as subsidiary bonds. His risk
What again?
assessment is still low.
You want me to do what?
Treat counts 2 and 3 as subsidiary bonds if you're gonna set count 1 at 20,000, Your Honor.
We're setting count 2 at 20,000.
Or count 2 at 20,000, if you could set the remaining counts at, treat them as subsidiaries, Your Honor.
I can do that on count 3. I'll set that at 100, but I'm going to leave the other one at 25, or set the other one at 2,500, the aggravated assault. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene.
Yeah, all of them. You have 20. So you have.
Anything from the state on that one? Anything you want to add?
No, Your Honor.
No?
Well,
Okay.
no weapons, no firearms.
No weapons, no firearms, yes. Convicted felon. Okay, your name?
Cordero Glenn Denby.
All right, public defender is appointed. And you have attempted felony murder, aggravated battery with a weapon, aggravated battery on a person over 65 years of age, robbery with a deadly weapon, and petty theft. No contact with the victim, no return to the area where this happened. All right, the attempted felony murder, is he entitled to a bond on that? Is that life or PBL state or?
That is a PBL, Your Honor.
All right, so that'll stay at no bond. The aggravated battery with a weapon will stay at 5,000. And the battery on a person 65 years of age or older will stay at 150. Robbery with a deadly weapon, is that a PBL?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that'll stay at no bond. And the petty theft is $100. Okay. All right, your name?
Patricia Frederick.
What is it?
Patricia Frederick.
Okay. Ellis Bond? Okay. All right, then you have, looks like arrest warrant here for dealing in stolen property, false information to a pawnbroker, and the bonds are $2,500 and $150. No contact with victims or witnesses, no return to the scene. PD's appointed. Gibbons? Mr. Gibbons, you have a failure to appear, bond is set at $500. PD's appointed.
That's it. That's it? No, it's a problem. You gotta call the number. They can't resolve it today.
All right, your name?
Antavius Gray.
All right, we'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. You have a new grand theft charge. That bond will stay at $1,000. No contact with victim. And then I'm revoking your bond on the 2022 CF 2019, which is another grand theft and resisting without. Those will go to no bond at this time.
And Your Honor, are you appointing us on the out on bond? I don't see an attorney.
Yes, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. All right, your name?
Jambrico Hampton.
What was it?
Jambrico Hampton, sir.
Hampton, all right. You have a failure to appear, KP is set at $5,000. Public defender will be appointed.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Oh, can I?
All right, your name?
Mr.
Mr. Hillman? Appoint the public defender. You have possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. Bonds will be set at 1,000 and 500. And looks like you're out on bond.
Your Honor, given that they are driving offenses, I would ask that you consider revoking and doubling as opposed to holding him at no bond. They're both nonviolent offenses, the new law and the out on bond.
It's 10 felonies and 8 misdemeanors. So I'm going to revoke his bond. It'll go to no bond. The 2, he was out on bond. Your name?
Daniel Horton.
All right, you have 5 counts of failure to appear. There's no bond on those. Public defender will be appointed.
That's it. It doesn't matter. I keep telling everybody.
Desiree Jones refused.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll set bonds at 1,000 and 500 for the grand theft and the paraphernalia. Your name?
Wesley Alexander Jones, 8888.
Possession of cocaine and paraphernalia, bonds at 1,000 and 500.
And you appointed us, correct, Your Honor?
Yes, Pete is
Okay, thank you.
appointed. Your name?
Correct, I'm Christian Joseph.
Joseph. Failure to appear, there's no bond on your capias. Public defender's appointed.
Kevin McCall, he refused.
All right, we'll appoint the, what's that? Okay, keep the conflict attorney on the last case.
Okay. I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, McCall, you waive the appearance. It's grand theft, possession of drug paraphernalia, controlled substance, stay the bonds, 1,000, 500, and 1,000. He's out on bond, it looks like. Bond will be revoked, 2021 CF 7643AO, go to no bond. What's that?
Refused, I believe.
Refused. Your name?
Christina Memelo.
Okay, you have trafficking in fentanyl, possession of morphine, cocaine, and drug paraphernalia. Public defender will be appointed.
Qualifies for pretrial release. Given that she has no convictions here, I would ask for pretrial release. Like she was arrested but never convicted of any crimes.
Pretty serious felony, state. History for arrests for larceny. I'm inclined to set a bond, but I can set a $5,000 bond. State?
Only because of the seriousness of it, Your Honor. I'm hesitant to agree to pretrial release. However, I also have to make note that Ms. Memelo is an older individual and has no criminal history.
So what do you want me to do? How long has she lived in the area?
How long in Florida? 45 years.
Okay. You have family here?
Yes, sir. My mom and my daughter.
Well,
Your Honor, she is employed, and appears to have been employed for 13 years. I would have no objection to pretrial release, Your Honor.
yeah, I just can't go that low on this serious of a charge. How much bond can you make?
If you're gonna do the 5,000 on count one, could you do the pretrial release on the remaining counts?
Yes.
Okay, that'll.
So 5,000 plus PTR on count one and then PTR on the rest?
That's correct.
I don't know what that means.
Any conditions?
Yes, yes.
Any
5,000
conditions?
plus
Bring her
pretrial
back, bring
release.
her back.
Count one and then pretrial release on everything else.
Your Honor, any conditions would you like to set so
Any
she?
conditions? No?
No?
Conditions, okay, thank you.
Your name?
Donnie Mitchell.
Mitchell, you have, let's see, arrest warrant here for aggravated assault with a firearm. And what does the state say about a bond?
Leave it at the court's discretion, Your Honor.
Public defenders appointed. All right, I'm going to order no contact with the victim. You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. Set your bond at $5,000.
So.
What's your name?
Antoine Neal.
All right, Mr. Neal. All right, you have a capias here for failing to appear for your pretrial. Bond was set at $2,500 on the cocaine and $500 on the false identification. And is that it for him?
He has a providing false ID.
Okay, providing false identification to law enforcement. $500 bond. PD's appointed. All right, your name?
Jorge Armando Ortiz.
Ortiz, you have a failure to appear. There's a capias issued. It's currently no bond. Public defenders appointed.
Call the numbers.
So how long?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, what is your name? Your name?
Outlaw.
All right, you have trafficking in oxycodone. Bond set at $100,000. Public defenders appointed. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, based on the the allegations in this affidavit, I would have absolutely no objection to you reducing this bond considerably.
Okay, and that's because,
That's because at the time of the incident, Your Honor, the defendant was able to give credible information as to who the items belonged to, and the police were able to substantiate that.
okay, so what do you want me to set? Last case was 5,000, you want that again? I won't go lower than that on these charges.
5,000 then, Your Honor.
Okay. Public defender appointed, $5,000 bond.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right, your name?
Rios Eugene.
Okay, you have a failure to appear, looks like on a cocaine charge, and there is a bond. No, nope, says no bond on that one. And then you have another suspended license charge, failure to appear, the bond set at 2,000. PD's appointed. You gonna leave us? All right. All right. Your name?
David Taylor.
Taylor. All right, possession of the methamphetamines. Public defender will be appointed. Bond is $1,000.
Your Honor, Mr. David Vaughn refused.
Okay, public defender is appointed.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, on the possession of fentanyl, that bond will be stated 1,000. And then he has burglary of a dwelling, set at 5,000, grand theft, 150, stolen property, 150, false information to pawnbrokers, also 150, no return to the scene, no contact with victims or witnesses. Your name?
Ryan Williams.
Okay, you have a grand theft, third degree. Public defender's appointed. Bond set at $1,000. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor.
We'll be in recess.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.